Axios actually just released a report on the state of the ad agency, and it is no surprise that AI was the star. And here to talk about what it uncovered is one of the authors of the report, Axios media reporter Carrie Flynn. Carrie, welcome to the New York Stock Exchange.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so what were some of the main themes of this report?
So there's a new case for optimism in the ad industry. There was all the past few years these fears that ad spending would be down, whether it's from recession fears or the impact of tariffs. But if you look at the past year, ad spending was actually up. The projections went up, and that's great for the industry. And part of that was fueled by AI, as you mentioned. AI-driven advertising has increased the number of potential buyers and sellers in the marketplace. It's just making everything move faster. Another big theme is something called agentic advertising. So that means AI tools not just helping human ad buyers and sellers, but really actively managing the process, which again is making more ad dollars flow in the ecosystem.
How are we seeing AI being used in the ad space?
One thing that's fascinating is AI is helping with more ad creation. So you notice that more brands are able to create TV advertising because that's essentially the bar has lowered. The barrier to entry is so much lower because it's easier to make a TV ad. There's some publicly traded companies that help in that space like Mountain, which again, these companies that you would never think would have the capability to make something television quality can now do so thanks to AI-driven systems.
And we're seeing some ad tech players have success in the public markets. Can you share more about that?
One other company in this space is AppLovin. They've had a huge year on Wall Street. Their stock is way up, and that's because they're really supportive in that AI-driven marketplace with mobile app developers. They've really taken to hold what AI can do, and Wall Street's rewarding that.
All right, and ChatGPT this week announced that they're going to be introducing ads. What is your take on that?
They're taking a cautious approach there. They're just working with a few partners. It's something that even though CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, said that advertising was a last resort of the company, it's not surprising. Their systems are so expensive to run, and advertising is clearly a business that scales and can help support that. There's only so many people that are going to pay for a subscription, and again, it's so expensive to run. So it will be interesting to see how it works. We did have the CEO of Google's DeepMind on our stage at Davos this week say he was surprised that they acted too soon because Google is being way more cautious. They don't want to tarnish that consumer experience. But we'll see how it works out financially. And I think other thing to note is OpenAI knows that there's competitors in the game. There's going to be a lot of big Super Bowl ads, obviously, this year, and OpenAI is expected to create one. So they know that they have, for sure, a lot of fandom and love right now, but it's not easy to operate in the system.
All right, and in our last minute, I know that the report also focused on the economics of television, specifically streaming. What did it find?
There's so many more. The fact that linear TV and streaming advertising, it kind of has looked similar, but now again, thanks to AI, we're seeing these experiences change. So companies like Disney with Disney Plus, they're helping brands more easily create advertising and also make that advertising more unique and interactive. And the way that you can create the ads, but also the way you can buy the ads. They're becoming what's called dynamically inserted. So it's way more smarter and strategic and personalized, where again, these ads that you see on television are gonna be more like the ads you see on the internet.
All right, Carrie Flynn, media reporter at Axios. Thank you so much for joining us at the New York Stock Exchange.
Thanks so much for having me.